Hey everybody, I'm so glad you can join me live tonight. I am so excited to talk about exactly how to react when a man tests you. I have got my whiteboard all ready to go, and I just wanted to make sure, give me a thumbs up, everyone can hear me, and I'm gonna just make sure we're all good to go as we go live. Okay, great, fantastic. So let me switch the camera around here. There we go. I have my cameraman with me, also known as my best friend, also known as my husband. So tonight he's going to be helping me as I tell you exactly how you want to respond when a man tests you. Now, so often men test us and we might get a little irked by it or a little perturbed, or we might really want to pass the test and really, make sure that if he does test us, we're passing it. Now, why do men test us? Well, I think it can really be conscious or, unconscious on their part. It's very similar to the way women, we can kind of be manipulative and controlling, and we don't even know we're being manipulative or controlling. It's just what we do. So the cool thing about what I'm going to teach you tonight, which is basically a way to script a 1, 2, 3 response. When a man tests you, you can use this with anything. So he is testing you for quality. He is testing to see if you're the type of woman he wants to be with long term. He might also just be messing with you. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that men test women, but don't worry, I'm going to go over them tonight. Even for, married couples at home, the guy isn't doing laundry, he's not helping, with chores, it might be a test. So I'm going to teach you how to get around this. So again, thank you everyone for joining me tonight. I'm Adrienne Everheart. I am a dating and relationship coach. I specialize in feminine energy. If you haven't done it already, you're familiar with my content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And there's also a bell that you can actually click, and it will notify your phone or your computer whenever I go live or have a new video. So without any more waiting, let's get right into it. Now, one of the things I want you to do is I want you to feel empowered as a feminine energy woman. Being a feminine energy woman does not make you a doormat or you have to change who you are. In fact, you're just getting back in touch with really who you are. The outside world perhaps has made you very tough. Maybe it was a parent growing up. They were a little bit more tough, a little more logical minded. And they made a good influence on you or even a bad influence on you, but you adapted to that and you're like, well, if this is how I'm going to survive, I need to be in my masculine energy. I need to get things done. If I want something, I go get it. But in the world with men and relationships, and men are in their masculine energy, even a feminine energy man has masculine energy, you will find great conflict when it's masculine energy against another masculine energy. So with men, a group of men, there's always one alpha. There's one guy that kind of rises to the top, and a man will just bow out. He'll bow out if he's in a masculine competition with another woman. So that's why sometimes we find the man just up and left, and you have no idea why. He's not going to tell you why. He's not going to tell you that you outmanned him. He just goes and leaves, okay? So let's get right to it and just talk about feeling empowered in your feminine energy tools. Now, I have a top-selling ebook. It's called 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. If you really want to learn more about scripting and you want to learn how to drop down into your body and find your feminine energy, and again, this is about authentically finding who you are and speaking it, that is the ebook for you. It's a great place to start, and it's at my website. So let's get started here. What we're really doing is you're establishing your quality and your boundaries, and you're also being curious as a woman. So quality, curiosity, and boundaries. I'm going to teach you about that. And ultimately, we want you to have a healthy relationship with a man. Even if it's a dating relationship and you never see this man again, it's going to feel healthy and good to you. You're going to feel like you came into this dating relationship, you really learned something, okay? So a good way to know if you have been tested or you're being tested is that normally you feel kind of triggered. You feel like, oh my goodness, he just said something to me that I'm feeling something, like I feel like I should respond. Or you're like, what should I do about this? You just have this moment where you're at a crossroad. So when you're going through a test, it can absolutely feel that way. If any of you are familiar with what I'm speaking about, please use the comment section. I love to chat with you and hear your replies below in the comment section. So let's get started with a big one that guys do. And a way he tests you is over sex. I am starting with the biggest, baddest of all of them, and that is sex. A man will so often, on maybe the first or second date, make some suggestion of sex. Having sex tonight, go back to his place tonight. So I have another video, it's in my whiteboard series, where I teach you the parfait, the emotional parfait, about how to work through these feelings. I teach you a very similar thing. I'll link to that after this video. But let me just show you real quick how you can deal with this. A man, for example, says, hey, you want to go back to my place tonight? And you are really wanting to build a loving, long-lasting relationship with this person, or another man. You're not just going to go home with this guy, right? You're not ready to do that. He most likely means for sex. He might not, but I believe that if you go to a man's house after probably around 8 o'clock at night, be cautious of that. It usually, to a man, means that more may happen. So, you know, you have to do what's right for you. But if a man says, hey, you want to go back to my place, here's how we would do this. I call it WFB. Number one is warmth. You want to respond with warmth. Ladies, this is tough because when a man does something like this, you get mad and you want to pop off, or you get scared, or you get frightened and you don't know what to say. So digging for warmth is totally a feminine energy technique that you have to practice. It comes with great patience and so much, you know, love, and I want to do the right thing in my heart, but I'm not a doormat. So let me show you how warmth would sound if a guy said, hey, want to go back to my place tonight, and you don't. Number one, you can say, I am so flattered. Okay? I'm flattered. Wow, I feel so flattered. That's really warm, right? It's something warm that you would say. So let's go to the next one. You go to a feeling statement. I feel kind of weird. My pen's not writing. I feel kind of weird being asked this, right? You might feel a little strange. So I feel flattered. I feel a little weird though. Because you do. It's the second date. He's asking you back to his house. Now let's go to the next one, and that would be your boundary. What is your boundary going to be? No. Okay? So let's go over this again. We have warmth, a feeling statement, and a boundary. Warmth is going to be, oh, that's so sweet, or oh, that's really nice of you. But feeling statement, I feel kind of weird being asked this. No, I won't be going back to your place tonight. You own it. You see, you own it like a goddess. Let's move to the next one. B is money. Girls, I hear about this one so often, where a girl will tell me that she went out on a date with a man, and at the end of the date, he says, well, we should just split the check because that's how they do it in my country. That was one I heard not too long ago. It really stuck. Or the guy might say, I really feel it's best if we just go Dutch until we decide that this is going to be more. And it's not really a date. It doesn't really feel like he's willing to invest in you, and it might be a test. It might not. He might just be dead broke and trying to figure out ways to not have to pay for dates. You know, I don't know. Don't get up inside of his head. Stay in your body. Hold on one second, cameraman. I'm going to grab my other pen. So stay inside your body. So he says, I don't have, you know, we should split this. We should split this bill. So let's go back to warmth. He's saying something, it sounds kind of nice. It sounds like he's trying to be diplomatic or something. You can always say, oh, that's so sweet. Something like that. I mean, the guy's trying to be nice. He's trying to suggest that things are very equal between you two. Oh, that's so sweet. My favorite when it comes to money is I don't feel sexy or like it is a date. Okay, I don't feel, or I feel curious. Is this a date? And then my answer to that one is no. No, I don't feel comfortable paying my half on a date. You know, and he might then test you some more or try to masculine guilt you. I have another video on that as well. He might try to say something like, well, I've never had this. Are you just a gold digger? He might try to trigger you with this, okay? And again, it's not that a man is bad who's doing this. He really may just know no other way of dealing with this. So again, you can use this process again, which is like, oh, you know, I totally get that you feel so concerned. You're being warm. Feelings. I feel like I'm anything but a gold digger. I'm actually, you know, a really successful woman. I just don't feel comfortable paying for a date, a romantic date. I'm really old-fashioned, you know, I'm a bit of an old-fashioned girl. This doesn't feel comfortable to me. So you see how you can keep this 1, 2, 3 kind of in the back of your mind and use it? This one is by far the most difficult, and that is being warm. Being warm is the most difficult part of this, and finding your feeling, making the feeling not about the man. Now I'm going to teach you that one, and this one right here, we're going to go to C, and that is time. Time. So a man can really test you in terms of time in a lot of ways. He can do things like say, hey, do you want to do something this weekend? I'll call you. And then it's Sunday night, you've stayed at home, you haven't made any plans because he hasn't committed to a time. Now in 500 Ways, I teach you so many loopholes to getting around this. I teach you how to say things like, what time were you thinking? Or, oh, a date this weekend would feel lovely. I keep my schedule really full. What day did you have in mind? What time did you have in mind? Get clarification. If a man takes offense by you getting clarification, he is not the right man for you. He's not the right man for anybody. So this is your chance to actually turn the tables and actually qualify him. Because your time as a high quality, high value woman, your time is very important, is it not? So a man will do a lot of things like he might cancel last minute, he might not confirm the date if you've asked him to, or he might bail on some plans with you to see how you react, to see if you pop off, get crazy, blow up his phone, you know, guilt him. Now, we are looking to see if things become habits. If they become habits. If he does this once, we're going to use this method. If he does it twice, you're going to use this method. If he does it 3 times, you say, I notice that this keeps happening. And I'm not a stickler on my time. Well, once I commit to something, I'm going to do it. But I've noticed we've made plans a couple of times and you seem to be running late. Is there something I need to know? Ask in this way. Again, going back to 500 Ways ebook, I have a ton of those in there, so be sure to check out that book. Now, let's look at this. Time. Let's say he cancels a date last minute with you. Last minute he calls you up, and this is otherwise a very nice guy, and maybe he's testing you or something like that. A lot of you might say, red flag, run. I say, practice. I mean, the universe has put this guy in front of you. You've already had this much investment with him. You might as well get your money and your time's worth. So here's how we would handle this. He says, I can't, I have a sore throat. I can't go out with you. Or, oh, I worked too hard and I'm so tired. So this is where we go with my really, really get him tool. Oh, my pens are deciding not to write. There we go. Really, really get him, which is, oh, you must feel so tired. Or, oh, you must feel really fatigued to not go out tonight. It's where you get the guy, you get what he's feeling. So you can say, you know, like, oh, you must be tired, or whatever it may be. You can even say, I feel disappointed. I feel disappointed. Oh my goodness, you must be so tired. I feel so disappointed. And then if there's a boundary there, you would say it, such as, I notice this keeps happening. Is there something I should know? That would be a boundary. That would be a boundary. Or I take my time off is so precious to me. I'm not guilting you, but I need to have a date confirmed next time, at least, 24 hours in advance. That would just feel best to me. It would feel so wonderful to see you again. Warmth. And then we're going with, I feel really excited going out next weekend. Please confirm ahead of time with me so I make sure we're on. So ladies, are you seeing how this works? Okay, we're gonna have a few more, and just make sure you guys get this. This is so super easy in my opinion, but you know what? I spend most of my time as a coach answering these sorts of questions about what to say. So when you learn how to drop down into your body and you learn how to find what you're feeling and not make it about the man, and in this case with time, you could have said, I feel angry that you're late, or I feel angry that you have canceled. That's about the man. That's really more about you're angry at the man. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel disappointed, but make it about you. Oh, I feel so angry. Oh, I felt really excited for this date. I feel, disappointed that I'll miss out on seeing you. Instead of like, I am disappointed. That means I'm disappointed in you. And men just do not want to be criticized like that way. And I don't really blame them. I don't like it. If my mom or another woman in my life used to do it to me, I didn't like it. I didn't like how it felt. So men are no different in that regard. So let's move on to D. And D is, he talks about an ex or he throws a fit. And I lumped, I'm such a great artist, right? I lumped those two together where he kind of throws a fit or he talks about an ex, because this is what I really think is like a type of prodding where he's really just, maybe having a bad day, maybe losing himself a little bit. This can happen if a guy's had a little bit too much to drink or something like that. I am not a fan of talking about exes. I know everyone says, well, I'm an adult and I'm mature and we should be able to discuss this. I don't want to hear about anybody's ex. I don't want to hear about them. I don't want to see photos of them. I don't want to know why your marriage went bad. Thank God I have been married now. I'm with my partner going on 8 years now. I don't ever have to hear that stuff again, I hope. But I don't want to hear about another ex. So a way that I would deal with this is just be warmth. Like if a guy's going on and on about his ex, you want to, again, really, really get him. And, oh, you must feel so whatever you think he may be feeling in that moment. So you want to be warm. And a good way to be warm is something I do where you nod and listen. You nod and listen. It goes so far with a guy. But don't do it all night. Don't do it for an hour. Do it for like 2 minutes. You, you're there. You're not one of these people that like, you just said things I can't hear. You're going to be warm. You're going to be, very courteous and nod and listen. The next thing we're going to do is, what do you feel hearing about how terrible his ex-wife is? What do you feel about hearing how his ex is still crazy for him? What do you feel? And you say it right then and there. I got to stop you. But I'm feeling uncomfortable hearing about your ex. I feel really strange hearing that your ex still wants you. And he goes, well, are you jealous? Are you the jealous type? Yeah, I might be. I do feel a little bit jealous. I do. That's okay. Own your jealousy. It is perfectly a normal human reaction to feel jealous or a little bit insecure. If he's going out and hanging out with another woman that he used to date or something like that, I feel really uncomfortable. Yeah, I do feel a little jealous. I do. I don't like it. I don't want to. Now we're going into boundary. Boundary is, I don't want. And then we usually with that one go back to feel. So with something like this, I don't want to feel anxious. I don't want to feel insecure. And he goes, well, you shouldn't. You're right. But when I hear about your ex, I feel that way. It's just how I feel. That's it. It's just how I feel. I don't want to hear about her. It would be so great if we could talk about us. Warmth. It would be so great if we could go back to just discussing us in this beautiful night. What do you think? Warmth. Warmth is such a great way to recover, and it lets a guy know you are not just one of these women that once a little bit of an argument happens or there's a little bit of a flare, a little spark, that the evening just doesn't go downhill. You can turn it around with warmth and not trying to talk it out or solve every problem. Just be warm and, quiet for a little while. Let the guy process it. He's going to realize you're a high quality, high value woman. He's not going to be able to be with you if he behaves this way. All right? It's a great lesson, okay? So this next one, and by lesson, I mean it's a learning process for the both of you. So let's move on to the next one. And, I'm wondering why I didn't make this one D. But here we go. It is when he sends you a photo of a body part, or F, he asks you for a photo of yours. And notice my husband did the biggest close-up on those. I think he's been waiting all night for that. Yeah, okay. I see that smile on his face. So when a guy sends you a photo, an unwanted photo, which is now illegal in some states to do, if a guy sends you a nude photo that you didn't request, or he asks you to do the same, he's absolutely testing you. He's absolutely testing what he can get away with. If there's a chance you might sleep with him on the first date, if there's a chance that you might start sexting with him or exchanging nude photos. I have had guys begging me to send them just one picture, just please one. And I'm like, you're ridiculous. There's a million of that on the internet, and there's absolutely no way that I'm going to discount who I am as a high quality woman to do something like that, right? So this is where you kind of need to have your energy. If you're wanting to have a high value man, call forth a high value man to you, or transform the man in front of you into a high value man. So it goes something like this. Warmth, he sends you a picture like this. I feel flattered. I feel really flattered that you want to share a body part with me. We're going to go to a feeling. I also feel really weird and a little bit disgusted. Please don't do that again. Don't do that again. I won't talk to you anymore if you do that again. Period. Own it. All right, ladies? If he asks you to send a photo, I feel so flattered that you want to see me like that. And a feeling statement again, I feel a little strange being asked for that, or I feel awkward about those things, or I feel those things are not a turn on. I get that they are for you, but they're not a turn on for me. And no, boundary is your big one. No. Ladies, learn your boundaries. So often I hear from women and they're like, well, this happened and that happened and all these terrible things are happening. Know your boundaries. But know how to speak them with warmth and a feeling statement. That's a game changer, all right? Now, someone before we got to our live class here, someone had said, what can I do to make my husband want me again? What can I do as far as when he's testing me? So I'm taking that as he's testing you and withholding sex, or testing you and he's not chasing you and he's wanting you to chase him. So this is a tough one because sometimes men, they can feel that you pulled your energy off of them and you're not as focused on them. And to women who are experiencing this, I want you to really crank up the warmth. Warmth is not giving a man tons of compliments. It is not telling him a lot of things that you're not feeling in your body. Warmth is really about just a feeling of finding something about him that already exists that you really admire. Look for anything at all. A hard day's work. He opens a door for you. He picks up your napkin when it fell on the floor. Whatever it is, and embrace what he is doing that feels good. And the moment he does something for you and it feels good, I want you to tell him how it feels. Oh, I feel so nice, getting this phone message for you, or oh, I feel so happy, seeing you, or oh, I feel whatever it is I feel in your body. This is where you get to have fun with it. One that I often say to my husband is, I feel like a little princess whenever he opens the door for me. And sometimes I do a little twirl or something like that. It's just my fun little thing. It feels authentic to me. You have to find what feels authentic to you. All right, ladies, thank you for tuning into this live class. a live whiteboard class, be sure to check out my book, 500 Ways to Talk to a Man. It is a PDF, and you can use the search tool inside the PDF. So you can actually look up terms or words that you're looking for. It's a great way to have a PDF reader, like on your phone, or your tablet, or computer, and then you just upload that book right into it. And it also comes with some video classes as well, and you learn so much in those video classes. It's a great way to really get a good understanding of how feminine energy works and how you can put it into your life, your relationships immediately. So thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I look forward to hearing from you all in the comments. Give this a thumbs up. And if you like my channel, please subscribe and hit that bell so that you'll be notified when I'm live and I have a new video. All right, everybody, much love to you. Bye-bye.